Hi, this is Tim from CADWorks.dk. I am going to talk about how you can use the part-in-part approach when programming CAM parts using SolidWorks CAM or CAMWorks. So let's get started. I want to start off by creating a new part file. And I'm just going to pick one of my document templates for it. And for this one, I am going to create a machine setup, basically. So I want to start out by going into machine, mill metric. Then I want to pick the machine in question. And for this one, this is going to be a 3-axis machine template, you could say. And for the tool grip, I could define which tool grip to use. So I'm going to use the tool grip 2 in this one. And for the post processor, let's just use the mill 3-axis tutorial. So everything is defined in this one. At this point, I will go in and save this one as a part template. So select Save as Type and select the part template, if I can find that. There it is. And let's call this for my 3-axis. You can call this template anything you want, basically. So now we have a template created with our machine setup. Nothing in it at all, just that. So let's close out the part file again and then open this template. Now I want to work on my 3-axis default milling machine. I could have plenty other machines like the laser cutter and so on. So opening up this template is going to open up a blank document, obviously. I'm going to bring in a window, and this is my SolidWorks PDM Professional. And I have a part file that is currently checked in, so I don't have write access to it. What I can do is I can take this part file and drop it in to the window. And we don't want to open this in any other way, so we don't want to see this message. So just open read only, that's fine. And we get all of these regular dialogues. We basically don't care about these at this point. So now I have 2 files open. If I go into my window, you can see that I have my part 2 and the part that I want to program. So going back to my part 2, the template that I opened beforehand, I can do an insert part and then pick the part that is currently open. Here we can define what we want to import from this one, and at least solid bodies and surface bodies would make sense to import. But also maybe whole wizard data and other relevant information that we want to bring over from the part that we are going to insert into this document. And when satisfied, we just press the OK. And there might be some discrepancies in how the template and the part is created, so just say yes for this one. And just verify in the units that we are in mmgs, for instance. So this is going to drive all dimensions to be in millimeters, grams, and seconds. At this point, I now have a part file that I can start programming, and I'll just do really quick. Coming in from the other direction, let's do a multi-surface and a pattern project. I guess that is okay. So really, the programming part is not a part of this video. It's just to show that we can do it. So now it's going to be programmed. And we want to do a simulation as well, just to make sure that everything's fine. We can talk about step-overs and whatnot, but as said, this is just a demonstration on how you can use this part-in-part approach. But everything is looking fine. We don't want to spend too much time looking at the toolpath in this one. At this point, I can now save this part file. So I will do a save. And now we can save this file into either the PDM, where we have access to write new files, or we can save it in any location. So let's just put this one into my trash for now. So basically, we don't care about where this file goes. DemoCam, and save that one. So now this file has been saved. And in fact, if I wanted to, in this one, if I needed to, I could go in and pick on a surface and say, well, I need to do an offset of this surface. So let's just do that just to make sure that we have everything defined. And we can see what is going on. So now I have an offset surface as well. Now I'm just going to save this one, ignoring any CAM rebuild warning. And now the file is saved. If this part file is then later changed or modified, let's do a checkout. So now I'm checking out this part file from the PDM vault. And let's just do something really basic. Let's translate this surface slightly, like that. And save it. Yeah, that's fine. So now there was a design change in this part file. And let's, for good measures, just check it back in. Like that. And then I can close this document. So now I have made a CAM program on a read-only file by bringing it into a template where I have the option to import surface and solid bodies and whatnot. And I can even do surface offsetting, and these are not going to propagate to the actual design part. These are only existing in my CAM part. So for showing that, let's open up the DemoCam again. And CADWorks does know where references are located and everything. So we can start by canceling this one. And we can then say, well, we want to open any document that has been changed. And this is a setting you can define always. Now it's set to prompt. It's going to ask, do you want to check out the file? No, I don't want to, because I don't have read access anyway. And then when I go back to CAMWorks, it's going to ask for a rebuild. Let's accept that one. And we can actually see that the surface I did an offset on was rebuilt correctly, because it is now the longer part and the surface was offset from that. And if I go into CAMWorks and the simulate toolpath, we can see that we should be machining the new shape of this part file. So everything is working together, and it's a very nice way of doing your CAM work, because sometimes you need to do an offset. You need to maybe to have a better surface. You need to remove holes or fillets or whatnot. And you can do all of that in a model that you have inserted as a part-in-part approach. So this was a short demonstration on how to work on parts using the part-in-part approach without touching the design data and still keeping all references and rebuilding intact. Thank you for watching.